Okay, so here we have episode 1 of season 3 of Cobra Kai, Aftermath. Kind of a strange sort of title, because it's not like the immediate aftermath of the school fight. It's more like sort of fallout to what happened with that. You've got sort of much tighter security, and obviously you've got Miguel, who's been in the hospital now for a couple of weeks. Johnny basically has sort of gone back to the way things were at the start of season 1, really. He's kind of just sort of washed up and has basically nothing now, because he's lost Carmen, he's lost Miguel, and he's lost his dojo. And actually, there's been a bit of a fallout for Daniel as well. Obviously his dojo's gone kaput, and car dealership seems to be sort of less successful now because of the choice of advertising campaign. I mean, I would have just changed the advertising campaign myself, but I guess Daniel is just committed to this idea of karate or something. It's kind of more just a sort of this is where we are now kind of episode. It's one of the shorter episodes of the season, and it's just sort of showing where everybody is. Sam is suffering from PTSD. Robbie is still a fugitive. I guess he's been on the run for 2 weeks, which is kind of impressive, really, given that everybody's seen his face. He's a juvenile, so he would sort of draw attention just being out on his own like that. I'm not quite sure why he doesn't just go to his mum. I mean, I know she's in rehab, but she would at least been someone to turn to. And, there's also been some perks for a few people. A lot of people seem... Hawk, like, for example, seems quite sort of satisfied with the outcome of what happened. He seems to be bonding quite well with the other Cobra Kai kids. Dimitri is also getting some attention from a few girls because I guess he technically won his fight against Hawk. So, yeah, there's a lot of just sort of information about where the characters are now. Dimitri has definitely gained a lot more confidence now. He's sort of starting to go on the kind of arc you saw from Hawk at the end of season 1, just getting a bit more self-confidence and believing in his ability to kick ass a bit more. The most interesting thing for me, I think, about this episode is where Daniel is now, even though quite a lot has gone wrong with him in his life as a result of what Robbie's done. He still wants to help Robbie. He's still going out there and looking for him and trying to get him a less severe sentence once he is eventually arrested for what he's done. So I like that. I also sort of like Amanda just sort of being by his side a lot more now. There's no real sort of marital conflict between the two of them. She's definitely committed. Louis come back, which is kind of interesting. I guess maybe there was some demand from fans just for him to come back because he was kind of a fun character. So yeah, just a lot of different moving the pieces around. Miguel is still in hospital. He wakes up at the end of the episode. Sam, again, is suffering from PTSD. Just leaves the school, even though it's quite heavy security now. Apparently nobody wondered where she was going, and apparently she didn't tell Daniel where she was going either. And then right at the end of the episode, looks like Daniel and Johnny are going to team up. It's quite interesting. It's kind of something they've alluded to since really the start of the show, really, that there's ultimately going to be a friendship between Daniel and Johnny, I think, because they're going to put their differences aside and realise, they are both very passionate about karate, and they're going to bond over that, I think, and possibly bond over the common interest of, Robbie, Daniel being, I guess, kind of a surrogate father to Robbie, and Johnny being his actual father. I'm also kind of intrigued what's going to happen with Hawk and Dimitri, their sort of rivalry that's sort of forming. We only had a very brief shot of Robbie at the end of the episode, just showing that he's still on the run. We were told sort of basically what he's been up to, or what you can guess he's been up to. And there was no Tori at all. Oh, I actually do like the little bit with Johnny sneaking into the hospital to visit him, because Carmen is obviously not allowing him to visit Miguel. But I like the way that Johnny tries dressing as a doctor in order to get in there, because like in your typical sort of silly comedy film, that would probably work. But these writers are a bit sort of cleverer and realise, no, that's a stupid idea. He would never pass as a doctor when he's got his entire face sort of messed up. And Johnny's not the brightest guy in the world, but he's smart enough to sort of figure that out, that, yeah, this is never going to work. I'm going to have to just injure myself in some way and try and get in there as a patient. One brief moment where Johnny actually is thinking things through before he takes action, which of course is not what he did at the start of the episode where he assaulted those two huge guys in their car. What did you think was going to happen there? It's not likely to end well. either from a physical standpoint of what state you're going to be in at the end of the fight, and also from a legal standpoint of what's going to happen to you for. I don't want to call it an unprovoked attack, but it was definitely something that you started. So yeah, that was the episode. Looks like it's a lot of little just setting up for things to come with Daniel and Johnny, Miguel waking up, and what's going on with Sam, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with Dimitri as well. Yeah, that's that, guys, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow for episode 2. See ya.